Hey y'all, we're back out in the garage. It's pretty warm out here today. May 10th. How y'all doing? Peace. It must be some serious work today. The hands are all dirty, the apron's on. We get the pipe welded up. We changed, it was a standard S4 that we did like we always do. We made a couple of cuts and rotated the head pipe and the cone and got it to fit the cart better. Last couple of days we spent some time angling the header. I think we probably talked about some of that in the other videos. So there it is. I mean, this thing is it's good and solid. I mean, you can literally lift it. Watch this. Well, I'm not strong enough to. Maybe I am. You can lift a go-kart by the pipe if you want to. These things really come in handy, man. That's pretty cool. They got all kinds of different little deals that go on the top of here. Tubes and U-shape, well, I don't know what you call it, adapter, collector, whatever. I got some other ones here. They're a little wider. The U-shape bit. I think that one there was probably for a water pump. But I got some wider ones here. Right, just for all different kinds of stuff. Right, these things are just super cool. I got these used off of Facebook Marketplace. I think it was, I think I paid with the shipping and everything $10 a piece for those things. I got like 5 of them. And as soon as I could use one, boom, they come in handy. I'm going to buy a bunch of those in red from Mondo for the laydown shifter cart. And we're going to use them on that. I originally bought them for this thing here because this is 32 millimeter. There's two 32 millimeter. It says on the bottom here, that's a 30. This is a 32, because I wrote it on there. And this is a 32. If you look at them, we'll use this one. If you look at it, you see that between the bolt and how much beef is there, it's the same. The outside dimension is exactly the same, only the hole's different. So if you wanted to, if you needed a 32, you just bore this out. You just bore it out, right? And you'll have another 32. That's a 30 here. I got a second 28 here. That's the brother to that one over there. So again, like I said, pretty cool stuff. Got a couple different fittings that goes on the top of them, little gizmos that go on top for using them for different things. The real cool thing is you can get an aluminum extrusion or a piece of tubing. Maybe it's machined, I'm not sure, but it's got a bottom in it with just a clearance hole, right? And you put the bevel-headed Allen or whatever, like something like this, in there, right? It goes down through that tube, and you tighten the tube down, and the tube's about, I don't know, a couple inches tall, maybe an inch and a half, 2 inches tall. It's got a through hole, and you can put seat struts in them, man. And they're really nice because they're low profile. They're very low profile. They don't hang down way underneath you, especially when, Enduro kart stuff, we're using floor trays. You don't want to have to cut a bunch of holes, and you don't want to have a bunch of dips and doos to it. So with this one here, we're probably going to cut. We probably will cut because we really don't give a crap. This is going to be our sweet and cheating Yamaha ride. We could probably put those Zeus's back in there and be okay, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. Needed to get the pipe in place so we could start thinking about seat. We know what we're doing with aluminum here and hip bolsters with the tanks mounted right to them. We're going to have to lift these surfaces up to the top of the rail height, so when we get a skinnier guy, the whole bolster will literally slide in and out, right, on fastener. The tank will move with it, because it's just we're trying to kill 2 birds, 1 stone. What do we do with the shoulders and the rest of the seat? I think what we're going to have to do is that dreaded no seat enduro seat, because we tried sticking this thing back in, and this is just for one. Even with the hip part of it gone, if you cut just pretend the hip area isn't even there. We've got some holes already in this thing, right? I mean, the headrest moved, but you get the idea, right? If we're to use, hang on, let's use this for some weight. There we go. That almost sits where it's supposed to there. Something like this here, right? We could probably cut this here, you know, and just and maybe even cut the radius bit off, you know, and just use this back bit so we have something to mount heat shield and belt guard on. We could come off of this thing with a shoulder bolster and just cut all the rest of this stuff and just throw it right away. Or we're gonna have to do, like I said, the no seat, and we'll probably weld a piece of 3/4 inch across here, something that's you know, we don't want to tie that thing together directly, but then we could put some kind of flat plate on it with a pinch clamp tube with a plate on it, and we can move the seat back with the headrest connected to it, so that'll be adjustable. The only bits that won't be adjustable, I guess, would be the chain guard and stuff, but I mean, the motor's not going to move anyway, right? Do we have time to get all this stuff done for June? I think we do. And I've already kind of reserved myself to using that the old nose cone that we know our feet won't fit in, and just cut the whole top of it out. We're just going to shake the cart down, you know? So it doesn't need to be fashion show pretty, because we won't be revealing it to the, you know, to the rest of the world. We'll do that somewhere else. But we're gonna put the RPM red bodywork and panels on this car. Will be all red, and it ought to be pretty sweet. But that's what we've been doing. 10th of May, messing around. No, we didn't overdo it for Cinco de Mayo or nothing like that. Just been out here plugging away. Rich started welding up the pipe the other night, and the gas bottle went empty. You know, even if you shut it off and you purge everything down, regulator attached to the bottle or not, I think the valves just leak. And over time, if you don't, you know, if you're not using it all, what's that saying? Use it or lose it, right? It's going to disappear one way or the other, so you may as well just start welding stuff up. But that's it. Next we're going to be moving on to the seat and the bolster bit first, and mounting the tanks. I think maybe as soon as we get the tanks in order, we could probably plumb that stuff up, run some fuel and over to the carb and fire it up. See what she sounds like. Make sure there's no leaks in the pipe or anything. But just trying to get this thing ready for test in June if we can. If the June thing doesn't work out, by the way, we did start collecting dough. We sent messages to guys. We had, I think, 20 guys would be just enough to pay the elevated price of all this stuff, the lease and all that stuff. So we got enough guys. If they all send the money, then we can go and get it done. If not, then we won't be going to the track until Grattan in July, which was our intention anyway. We will be going to Mid-Ohio to make an appearance, to pick up the secret project, and to pick up something else if Ben is coming. Are you coming, Ben? Let me know down below. Are you coming? Are you going to make the trip to Mid-Ohio? If you are, I'll bring the trailer, if you know what I mean. Shh, don't tell Sherry. Okay? That's it. We'll be getting some fire in the hole here shortly, and we'll bring you that too. Talk to y'all. God bless. Godspeed. We're praying for you.